What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in once again. You guys know the message: one family, one love, one heart. Together we create heaven on earth. That's it. All of us together. Togetherness, oneness, unity. In this video, I want to give a shout out to the internet. God bless this beautiful, magnificent tool called the internet. Now, I'm maybe talking out of my ass here, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the internet came out publicly in 1991. That is the same year I was born. That is only 26 years ago. 26 years ago. That's it. That is it, guys. 26 years. And again, correct me if I'm talking out of my ass, but I know it came out right around that time. So let's assume it's 26 years or so, right? And now we take it for granted that I can just make this video and post it up and I can get views and I can get subscribers and I can even make money off of it. We take that for granted. We take for granted that you can just go on an app called Uber and have somebody come to your door, pay them and everything, and have somebody come to your door and just take you wherever you want. We take that for granted. We think this has been going on forever and ever and ever and ever, right? Because we're so adaptable humans, we adapt very quickly to our circumstances, right? So here's the interesting, I find myself in an interesting place because I'm 26 years old, young as a motherfucker. I feel 16. I was telling myself today, actually, 26 equals 16 in my mind. 27, when I turn 27, it's gonna be 17. Because I feel like a kid. I feel like a kid. I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So for the first 13 years of my life, literally the first 13 years, I didn't have no internet. I didn't have access to phones. Actually, I did have that 3310 Nokia phone, and I used to play Snake on it, but it didn't even have, like, I couldn't even talk on it. I didn't even have, like, what you needed to make calls. I would just play Snake on it. That's it. I spent most of my time in the streets with the boys playing. And then the next 13 years of my life, I just like everybody else, just started to become part of this electronic machine that we're creating. The internet, that's when the internet came into my life. Around when I turned about 13, I started discovering, holy shit, like, the fuck is this? And now I just take it for granted so much, even though I spent the first 13 years of my life without internet, without anything like that. So literally half my life, but I take it for granted. And I think oh yeah, the internet's been on for ages, bro. You know, but no, it hasn't. YouTube, this medium that I'm talking with, I think started in 2006. It didn't even take off until probably 2009, 2010. Very, very young company that I'm part of here. Very young enterprise, right? And we sometimes think, oh yeah, YouTube has been on forever. Facebook, no, 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 no. All these things came in 2005, 2006. Smartphones, people didn't have smartphones in 2005, 2006, like on a mass scale, you know? We didn't start having like smartphones on a mass scale until what, like 2009, 2010? I didn't have a smartphone until like 2012. That's only 5 years ago, you know? So it goes to show you, first of all, how quickly things are moving, and how powerful this tool called the internet is. It is the most powerful tool known to man, to modern man, to instill change. This is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the role of the internet in change. Let's take the Middle Eastern revolutions. Let's call them revolutions because it doesn't matter which side you agree with. It doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. Clearly, there is no fire without smoke. There is some sort of people want a new way of living. And then the revolutions always get hijacked by external things, blah, blah. I'm not going to talk about politics and anything negative here. But let's take the Egyptian revolution and the Tunisian, they were fired by social media, right? Social media. And whether these revolutions succeeded or not, that's neither here nor there. The fact is, they caused this massive change, this mass change in like such a short period of time. The Egyptian revolution, I think when they overthrew that guy, took him 25 days or something. You know what I mean? Just because they organized so well in social media and they knew how to, sort of take or use social media to organize in actual physical matter reality. I don't want to go on tangents here. Anyway, yeah. So I don't want to go on tangents. Back to it. Just goes to show you the power of the internet and what it can do to instill change. Right? Don't take it for granted. This is a new tool. We're like little kids playing with firecrackers, and we don't know if these firecrackers are gonna fucking explode in our face. We don't know. We're just playing with them. And this is a massive firecracker. And we can instill so much positivity in the world using the internet. And I recognize the power of the internet, and this is why I make YouTube videos. And this is why I'm going to continue to make YouTube videos. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to open this fucking mouth that just never shuts the fuck up. And it doesn't want to shut the fuck up now. Maybe in the future it wants to shut the fuck up. Right now it doesn't want to shut the fuck up. It just wants to talk, right? I let it talk freely. Put on this camera and I speak freely and I say my ideas and I speak just one person's subjective experience of the world, and maybe other people sort of like that subjective experience and might want to incorporate in some of these things into their own lives, and then boom, we create this massive change, right? I mean, like one of the things I preach, you guys know, physical health. If we can get everybody in the world to value their health above all else, wow, what an amazing world we would be living in. What a fabulous world. Because if people are healthy in their body, they're more likely to think positive, they're more likely to be kind to others, they're more likely to follow their dreams and passions, etc., etc. And I preach that on this channel, on the other channel, physical health, getting your sleep, getting your food, all of that stuff, exercise, all of that, right? And most people in the world have shitty health because they live shitty lifestyles. So if we can sort of use this internet to show people, hey, like, look, like I'm pretty fucking happy and energetic and excited all the time, blah, blah, blah. And hey, you can be like that too. Because I'm just taking care of my health. And because I'm taking care of my health, I'm allowing the universe to flow freely and smoothly through this vessel, through this vehicle that I'm in. And hey, you can do the same thing too. Everybody can do the same thing. My vehicle is not that much different than yours. You know, it's just I'm taking care of it, giving you good food, sleep on time, wake up early, get all my 8-9 hours of sleep, do all these right things that you know you should do, right? And then boom, suddenly this insane energy. I want to do this, I want to do that, blah, 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 right? It's never ending energy, right? Cosmic energy. And again, it's like anybody can be like that. So if you share your ideas with the world and say, hey, I did this worked for me, you know, maybe it'll work for you too. Somebody tries it, hey, it works for me. Hey, why don't you check out that channel? You know, that guy takes some stuff, implements it in his life. Oh, hey, he's happier. Suddenly his parents are happier, his girlfriend's happier, everybody around him's happier, right? Boom, we create this snowball effect of positive change, right? Positive change. And I'm very optimistic, despite the fact that most of social media right now is like mainstream negative shit. However, there is this new wave of sort of health, positivity, oneness, togetherness, and it's definitely out there. I mean, I can only like mention a few names here of people who have gathered a big following of people who like that vibe. Joe Rogan is one of them. I love Joe Rogan. Elliot Hulse is another one, and these are just the people I know. And Wim Hof, the Iceman, right? He's got a big following and he's got a big mission and he's got a big thing, man. His thing can drive pharmaceuticals out of fucking business. It's just using your breathing to stay healthy, strong, and vibrant, right? There's a lot of people, man. Duncan Trussell, who I found out about from Joe Rogan's podcast. He's also got this he's got this humor, consciousness, spirituality thing going on, and he's hilarious. Then there's me. I'm trying to sort of be part of that new wave of positivity, let's call it. Just put it in a simple term, in wave of positivity, a new way of looking at the world, a more natural way of looking at the world. All we're really doing is like what Terence McKenna refers to as the archaic revival. That's kind of what the internet is doing right now. We're simply going back to archaic values. Archaic values meaning things we did before civilization that made us happy, that made us strong, that made us who we are as humans. Is when we lived you take an example, native cultures, right? Before all this civilization came, native cultures, the way they lived in harmony with nature, according to the laws of nature. They lived in nature, but also they abided by the natural rhythm of life because they saw themselves as part of the ecosystem, not the ecosystem like we do now by building cities and isolating ourselves from nature, thinking we're just this one thing. Right? But all this new wave on the internet right now is bringing into awareness that, hey, no, hold on. Let's go back to archaic values here. Our ancestors have done it right. Let's take all this technology that we've built up, even though we raped the shit out of this planet. But hey, we have this cool technology right now. Let's take it. I mean, we can't fucking cry over spilled milk. We got to be in the present moment. We can't say, okay, let's just fully go back to that way of living. Let's take the technology we built. I mean, yes, sure, a lot of people fucking died for it and there was a lot of blood and we raped the shit out of the earth, but we have this technology. Right now, let's be present moment. We have this technology. All right, let's take this technology and let's use it and let's go back to archaic values, the basic core things that our ancestors did to be happy, which is being part of nature, living in communities, growing their own food, right? Doing their own hunting and just sort of being in nature. Let's take some of the technology we have right now, use it, but let's build our society around nature again. Let's be part of the ecosystem again, right? And I think this is ultimately this new wave of positivity using the internet is trying to achieve. I am simply just part of it. I am just part of it, and I want to be a big part of it. I really do, because I am very passionate when I speak about changing the world. I'm very positive. I can sit down here and whine a lot about the negative shit, and I do. You guys watch my videos. Sometimes I just put on the fucking thing, and it just requires a rant, really, because, shit is shit. And when you see shit, you get to point out this is shit. But in my grand scheme of things, my outlook on life is like, okay, let's call out the bullshit. This is bullshit. Like, fucking sugar addiction is bullshit. All of this is bullshit. The way we're living is bullshit. Call it out. But I'm very optimistic, very positive. I see this world as a heaven in 50, 100 years from now. I really do. In my vision, I see it as a heaven. And I see the internet as cyberspace, right? As a way to instill this change. And we've seen what it can do in the Arab Spring revolutions, right? Forget about success of it or not, but we saw how it can change, right? Well, let's use it together as a community of people who are on the same vibe. Let's just be the change we want to see in the world, and let's share it with the world. Let's put it out there, right? And let's watch the magic happen. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's watch the magic happen. So, despite all the negative shit that comes out of using social media, and despite the fact that a lot of people are becoming socially awkward because they're just always texting and stuff and they never have to do this person-to-person interaction, let's put that aside. I think that's just a negative side effect that we can deal with. And let's use this technology to bring the world up, to change the world into a better place, to create a global society that has its roots on its connection to Mother Nature. And Mother Nature is love, connection, oneness, togetherness. And if we can just sort of get that connection back with nature, the love will flow naturally into our lives. The happiness, the joy, the community, the sense of community, right? We need that, man. We can't just we're not emotionless robots, despite what this machine is trying to make us into. We're not. We're souls, and we have emotion, we have love, we are love. So that's it. That's the hippy dippy bullshit rant for the day. God bless the internet. God bless you all. That's it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. It's for free and will help you tremendously. in any area of your life. So the link for it in the description, the link for it in the comments as well. Stay positive, stay happy. One family, one love, one heart. We're all in this together. But don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.